Hello, little adventurers, and welcome back to our magical forest. Today, our friends Zaro the lion cub and Raffy the little mouse are on a brand new journey. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and everything feels perfect. Zaro stretched his paws, feeling brave and strong. Raffy, isn't it a wonderful day for an adventure? I feel like I could take on anything. Raffy, perched on a smooth stone, polished a tiny acorn gadget he had made. It is a beautiful day, Zaro, but remember, the best adventures use both courage and cleverness. As they trotted along a winding path, they came across something they had never seen before. A dark, mysterious cave nestled at the bottom of a mossy hill. A cool breeze drifted out from its entrance, carrying a strange, low sound. "What's that?" Raffy whispered, his big blue eyes wide. Zaro puffed out his chest. "I don't know, but I'm not scared." To prove it, he let out a tiny, squeaky roar toward the cave. Roar! A moment later, a much louder, deeper sound rumbled back from the darkness. Well, Zaro's fur stood on end. He jumped behind a large rock, his heart thumping like a drum. "Did you hear that, Raffy? There's a monster in there! A big, grumpy one." Raffy, ever the thinker, tilted his head. "A monster." "I'm not so sure, Zaro. The sound came right after you roared." "It sounded similar?" "Similar? No way." Zaro peeked out from behind the rock. "Mine was a brave roar. That was a scary growl. It must be a giant bear or a grumpy troll who doesn't like visitors." He imagined a huge creature with sharp teeth and glowing red eyes, and he shivered. Raffy scampered closer to the cave entrance, his little nose twitching. He looked at the smooth, curved walls inside. "Zaro, I have an idea. Maybe it's not a monster at all. Maybe it's just sound. Just sound. Just sound. Sound doesn't growl back at you," Zaro insisted, though he was starting to feel a little less certain. Raffy explained, "Sometimes, when you make a sound in a big, empty space, it bounces off the walls and comes back to you. It's called an echo. The cave might be making your roar sound bigger and scarier than it really is." Zaro was still scared, but he trusted his friend. He looked at Raffy, who stood bravely near the dark entrance. If his tiny friend wasn't running away, then maybe he shouldn't either. "An echo?" he asked, his voice trembling a little. "Let's test it," Raffy said with a nod. "This time, let's try a different sound. A friendly sound. Try saying hello." Zaro took a deep breath. Facing the cave, he called out, his voice a little wobbly. "Hello?" And from the darkness, a voice called back, "Hello! Hello! Hello!" Hello. It sounded just like him, only fainter and further away. There was no monster, no growl, just his own voice playing a trick on him. A huge smile spread across Zaro's face. He felt silly for being so scared. He then let out his biggest, bravest, and friendliest roar yet. "Roar!" The cave answered with a powerful but not so scary roar back at him. It was his own echo. Zaro and Raffy both burst into laughter. The scary monster was just Zaro himself. As they laughed, a soft, beautiful light appeared near the cave's ceiling. It was Flora, the glowing blue butterfly. She fluttered, her shimmering wings, as if to congratulate them for being so brave and clever. Her light danced on the cave walls, showing them that there was nothing to fear, inside just rocks and shadows. Holding his head high, Zaro turned to Raffy. "You were right, Raffy. My fear made me imagine a monster that wasn't even there. It was just my own echo." Raffy smiled. "And you were brave enough to face it, Zaro. That's what really matters." Together, the two friends continued their adventure, leaving the Cave of Echoes behind. Zaro learned a valuable lesson that day. Sometimes, the scariest things are just a reflection of our own fears. Canned with a good friend and a little bit of thinking, you can be brave enough to face anything. Thank yous for joining Zaro and Raffy on their adventure today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories from our magical forest. See you next time!